Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Haba, and we're continuing Mishna Daf Hashavua. We're learning Siman Kuf Beis. We're up to Seif Beis. Yesh mi she'omer she'em hayoshev b'tzad ha'mismala chalosh mutter. Some say that this din of Sif Aleph, which comes from the Gemara in Brachos Daf Lamed Aleph. Remember, we had three opinions. One should not sit in the 4 cubits of someone who is davening. In front of him, on the side, you have to distance 4 amos. So the first day was, if you're involved in davening anything, not an issue. The second opinion was that even if you're involved in learning, not an issue. The third opinion was that these dispensations is only on the side, but not directly opposite. And the Pri Chadash paskin, like the first daya, that you could be lenient even milafanav. However, other achronim say you should be machmer, like the Yesh mi she'omer, that in front of him it's an issue. And one should also be machmer, like the first daya, that learning is not enough, you have to be davening. In other words, if you want to be lenient, you would have to be davening on the side. Learning on the side, no. Davening in front, no. But if someone is weak, you know someone who's known to be weak, he's not able to stand, he's allowed to sit. Because his weakness is reflective on him, that because of that he sat down. The dafka to sit on the side of someone who's davening. Halafanav, but in front, yesh machmir af b'chalash, those who are machmir even if the person is weak. Mutter, v'yesh l'sachal dvarav, you can rely on this opinion, and miyav shalai b'kal harchak arba amos, if it's not if it's not possible to easily distance for amos, v'lei shev sham, so someone who is weak, let's say, basically, if you finish Shemone Esrei and a person is weak, and he's clearly weak, he could sit down even though the guy next to him is still davening. Sif Gimel. Im hayoyshev yashav kvar v'amad zeh betzidai ein tzarich lakum. The grandfather didn't rule. If you already sat, and then the guy decided, okay, I'm going to come and daven Shemone Esrei next to him. So, once the guy already sat, then we don't make him stand up. Shari Zeba B'Gvulai, because the second guy, he came into my territory. Get out of my territory. Who asked you to daven Shemone Esrei next to me? Go daven in the coat room where you davened yesterday. No, just joking. But you don't have a right to sit next to me and make me stand up. It's midas chasidus to get up even in such a situation. It says Mishra Lakum, Ela mispalo tzarich laharchek arba amos mimenek shroitz elamanu mispalo. What the guy who wants to daven, he needs to distance himself 4 cubits from someone who's sitting. Ba begvulai v'dafka beveisai. This din that a guy can come after I already sat down and start davening and make me get up, that's if I'm in my house. Ava b'minyan kavua. But if it's a set minyan, certainly in a shul tzarich lakum, because this is his makam kavua. So you can't say, well, he's coming in your gvul. He's not coming in your gvul. He also has a seat. Duhu makam miyuchad l'chal b'nei adam. It's designated for everyone. The Dershu brings down this applies to women as well, even in the women's section. What if I bought my spot and you're sitting in someone else's seat? So you're coming to my border. I bought the seat, you know? My father was sitting in the seat. My grandfather was sitting in the seat. I was sitting in the seat since the times of Rabbi Shaila of Karastir. No, even so, it doesn't matter. You can't. You don't have rights that you could say I don't have to stand. However, if you're already learning, then you don't have to be machmir if a guy comes next to you and starts davening. Certainly, a Rebbe is teaching students. and then all of a sudden a minyan starts. Ein tzrich lama, they don't have to get up. Afilu midas chasidus leka. It's not even midas chasidus to get up under these circumstances. Midas chasidus, it would be midas chasidus to get up even if your grandfather didn't sitting. You know why it's midas chasidus? Not because you need to get up, it's because he should not have daven there. So you're causing him to daven in a way where he's causing you not to get up. So to remove the michshel from your friend, sha'amad l'spal b'toich arba amashal yoshev kvar beheter. V'yeshivase hi gnai l'makom kadosh al tefillah. And your sitting is a gnai for the makom kadosh. Listen to this. This is a whopper. So you're sitting already. He starts davening next to you. Do you have to get up? Absolutely not. Why? Because I'm grandfathered in. Is it a gnai? Yeah. What you're doing is a gnai, but I don't have to get up. It's on him. The gnai is on him, not on me. The gnai is what he did. He caused someone to be in a sitting position next to a tefillah. So therefore, the midas chasidus is that I now have on my arvos, that I have a certain responsibility, that I caused another Jew to create a gnai b'makam tefillah. So therefore, it's midas chasidus to get up. Siv Daled. Asr la'avar k'neged ha'misalim b'teich arba amos. Okay, so Sif Aleph through Gimel is you're now to sit down within 4 amos of someone davening. Sif Dalet is, we're not talking about sitting down. Now we're talking about passing by, walking through. Sif Katan, so it's also to pass by someone who's davening within his 4 amos. V'dafka lefneim. Passing by is only in front of him. Aval b'tzidem, on the sides, mutar la'avar v'lamed. You could pass by and you could stand. So even though many people, there's a certain mitzvah many people don't like to do. It's a very big mitzvah. It's a very underrated mitzvah. You know, Shabbos everybody likes to keep. But exercise, the mitzvah of exercise, many people don't like to do. I once heard from Rabbi Miller, how do you know it's a chiyuv d'oraisa to exercise? He says like this: if you have to be mechalo Shabbos to keep more Shabbosais, to be around, right? Let's say someone's life is on the line. You have to be mechalo Shabbos to save someone's life so he could keep more Shabbosais. Certainly you have to exercise to be able to keep more Shabbosais. So I personally asked him if in Slabodka the Bachram did exercise, and he said yes, every single day. I said, what kind of exercise do they do? He said they would walk to a faraway dining room. I said, should a Jew exercise on Shabbos? He said, absolutely. He said, yes. Anyway, so the thing is, many people, they don't like to do exercise, except when it comes to shul. In shul, people start pacing. So even though, yes, exercise is a very holy activity, the shul is not a track and field. In shul, you're supposed to stay in one spot. And especially you're not to walk by somebody who's davening. But that's only in front of him, not on the sides. Why? It says, because you're mevatel someone's kavana by walking in front of him. What do you do if in the middle of Shemone Esrei a child urinated? So he wrote in Siman Tzadi, you're allowed to be marchik kidei ligmar hatfila, but what if that means to be marchik from the meraglayim, you have to walk in front of someone who's davening? You continue to daven even though you're in Dalet Amos of meraglayim, because the Isser of davening in front of meraglayim is more lenient than the Isser of walking in front of someone davening Shemone Esrei. You hear this? Why? Because there is a tshuva of the Rashba, not a tshuva, the Rashba in Brachas, Chav Beis and Beis, that since the Isser Meraglayim is midrabanan, im kvar mispalel ein tzarich lahafsek. The reason I mention this is just so you get a glimpse into the chaymer or inyan of not walking by someone. So you want to know what is considered in front. In front certainly means in front. In front, let's study him. Let's see the next Mishna Berura. One second. Even if you're involved in Kriya Shema, even if you're involved in Kriya Shema, you can't walk in front of someone's davening. It's not a different reason. It's not because you're disturbing him. The guy's eyes are closed. He doesn't know if you're walking in front of him. It's you're interposing between him and the Shechina. What about lifneihem? Utstadim shalifneihem. What about, like 45 degrees in front of him on an angle? Is that in front of him or only directly in front of him? So, or the sides that, he could still see. According to the Magen Avram, in Sivkat and Vav, it's like in front of him. According to the Aliyah Rabbah, Litstadin Shalafneim is mutter. The same thing by Tzaya. The Shulchan Aruch said earlier that you have to be marchek k'mloi einav. And when it's behind you or on the sides, only arba amais. So the Mishnah Berura said that if it's Litstadim Shalafneim, it's machlokes Magen Avram and Aliyah Rabbah. According to Magen Avram, it's like lefanav, and according to Aliyah Rabbah, it's like on the side. So this is like a veltz machlokes. It's a shas machlokes. How do you define in front of him? Who asked? Rabbi Yafi asked that. How do you define in front of him? So that's the machlokes, the Aliyah Rabbah and the Magen Avram. The Magen Avram says 45 degrees in front of you is in front of you. What about 60 degrees? I don't know. I don't know at what point it starts to become mamish l'tzadim.
My point is calling in whether it's about the kavanah site or it's masik bein.
I don't know. I don't know if we find that that's what the machlokes is, because the reason for the reasons that's a machlokes. No, I don't know that we necessarily find that. Not sure.
Sitting is a problem to the side. Walking on the side, initial walking is only a problem in the front, right?
Walking is only a problem in front. Sitting's a problem on the side.
Walking next to a person is not a problem. Sitting next to a person is a problem.
Right.
So pacing next to a person will be a problem also. Or would not be an issue.
What?
Pacing next to a person who's davening for Esrei, or it's not an issue, it's just in front.
Pacing next to, that's what he says. So, right. Mm-hmm. Right. Saying if you're running so fast, if the guy has a sweatband on, and
if you're pacing on the side, you're going to interrupt the guy anyways also. So
if you are, right, jumping jacks or stam flips. Okay, avol b'tzideim you're allowed to walk. V'azor Parsha Chayei oisar afil b'tzideim torch arba amais. According to the Zohar and Chayei Sarah, you can walk on the side. So that's not me'ikar adin al pi Kabbalah. La'avar v'la'amoid, to pass and send ratzomer shi'avar v'yamid sham v'lo yelech lahala k'dei shelo yeh k'neged pneim. When it says you're allowed to walk on the side, is you walk and then you stop, so that you don't reach in front of him. Shekoil sheyuchal l'ra'ah. Shekol sheyuchal l'ra'isai av shehut stadin shalafanav kilafanav dami va'asar. Meaning you're walking on the side and you're stopping so you're not opposite in front of him. Because if he could see you, even though it's on the side in front of him, it's like in front of him and it's mavato your kavana. So I'm not sure how that fits into what he just said in Sivkatan Tezayin, that stadin shalafneim, according to the Aliyah Rabbah, is okay. And here he's saying it's not okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. By the way, I just want to point out, if you look in the Bir Halacha, the din of Asar Lavar Keneged, is not only a din in Shemone Esrei. He says ayin hatam mishabura, where either it's mavad kavana or you're interposing by the Shechina. He says ayin ba'irav shem shla du adin diyeshel shalav be'es shekar shema Yisrael. You can't pass in front of him when someone's saying Shema. Now the Eliyah Rabbah says that's only the first pasuk of Shema, not the whole Kriya Shema. Then he brings, what if the guy's talus is draped on his face? You have many people that they drape their face. Now in Long Island, it's a crime now to have a mask on your face. So I don't know if that applies to a talus, but many people, they cover their whole face in a talus. And therefore they're mashal their talus. So maybe if the guy's talus is over his face, I am allowed to walk. Or do we say, Roy lahachmer. So says Allah, according to the Chayyadim, that the reason is because you're mafsik between the guy and the Shechina. It's not going to help if he has his talus, the burned cup. Okay?
Shema also, Shema covers his eyes specifically to block out distraction.
Yeah, but everyone's peeking. Most people peek. What? No.
But assuming you're not, it's only for the reason of mafsik.
You're saying by Shema? Yeah, there's no halacha. You have to cover your eyes.
It's for the Gemara,
No.
Okay.
The Gemara says that Rebbe did it, but it's not. You're not required. Yeah. Also, the Bdirshu points out that if you look in the Eliyah Rabbah, he only applies it to the first pasuk. But no, that's not how the Be'er Halacha says it. Be'er Halacha doesn't say that, it's only going in the first pasuk. Now, but I'm not sure here why the. Okay, so let's see. Well, if Fizeh, kol shekein the asr leilech v'lamoid neged panav b'teich arba amos. According to this, it's certainly asr to go and to stand opposite his face within his 4 amos. Keinu l'dasa Magen Avram, who says stadin shalafanav kilafanav. Ve'Eliyah Rabbah sarv'dolay asr rak lavar b'teich arba amos neged panav. Aval leilech b'teich arba amos v'lamoid muter afilu lefanav ve'efshar d'yishalak b'makam adchak. So, according to the Magen Avram, it's Asr Leilech V'Lamoid Neged Panav B'Teich Daled Amos. And the Eliyah Rabbah says it's only Asr Lavar B'Teich Arba Amos. But to go and to stand, it's Mutter even Lefanav. So this is another machlokes between the Magen Avram and the Eliyah Rabbah. One machlokes is passing stadim lefanav, stadim shalafneim. According to the Magen Avram, stadim shalafneim is kalafneim, and according to the Eliyah Rabbah, stadim shalafneim is not kalafneim. Here, it seems like there's a little bit of a different discussion, where you're passing through and then you're stopping. So let's say you're passing through and you're stopping. Because the Mechaber said, let's b'tzideya muter lavar v'lamoid, and the Mishabur understood that to mean you stop where you are so you don't end up neged pneihem. Because if he's able to see you, even shalafanav, it's going to be asr, and certainly you can't stop neged panav b'teich daled amos. But the Eliyah Rabbah holds you could even walk b'teich daled amos. The Eliyah Rabbah holds it's only asr lavar b'teich daled amos neged panav. But to stop, you could do it even directly in front of him. I don't think that's talking about dafka b'tstadeim. Meaning there's another machlokes. We know you're not allowed to walk in front of someone. Could you walk and then stop in front of him? The Magen Avram says no. The Eliyah Rabbah says yes. I think that's a different machlokes than stadim shalafanav. One machlokes is stadim shalafanav, and one machlokes is, can you walk and then stop? And the Eliyah Rabbah says, the din that you're not allowed to walk in front of someone is if you pass by, but if you stop dead in your tracks, you could do it. If the reason is because you're being mafsik between him and the Shechina, why would you be allowed to do that? But if the reason is for kavana, maybe it doesn't shter the guy's kavana if you stop.
Isn't the machlokas in the case of the Mahabba?
They're arguing about B'tzideya mutar lavar v'lamay. There are two machlokes in. One is stadim shalafneim. Is that kilafneim or is that not like kilafneim? And then there's another machlokes. Can you walk and then stop directly in front of a guy? So to that, the Eliyah Rabbah says you could do that also. That's what the Mishnah says. Eliyah Rabbah says, "Rak lavar b'toich arba amos neged panav." You're not to pass by. Aval leilech b'toich arba amos v'lamoid mutar afilu lefanav. Okay, let's hold it here, and tomorrow we'll start with Seif. Okay, shkayach.